been a little bit of time.
Been a little bit of time.
But, last time we were convened, the train had come to a dead stop. It was getting cold. We were making stew, trying to figure out how best to survive at least one night out in this on our travels. And I believe I ended it with Tower spying his Warforged eyes, the reflection of reptilian eyes somewhere off in the forest.
Oh,
Am I wrong about that?
That is
No,
accurate.
you're right.
As I
I
remember.
just forgot. Yeah.
Yep.
I do want to make a little bit of an addendum because we had assumed they were glowing, and then I clarified that they weren't, but I'm reversing that now. They are.
Oh, okay.
Well did.
And I would say it's like a
So
dull aquamarine. This is what
you're
it kind of-
meaning
I'm
sorry.
meaning what?
like glowing on their own, not like reflective like cat's eyes.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I did initially, but now I decided to change that.
The DM has been given ideas successfully.
Do
Um,
we... Go ahead. Sorry.
That's what you see. It's not like nothing has broken this, what I would call the tree line into, but that's what you're kind of seeing. That's what you caught a glimpse of, as because I think you went up top of the train again, and so you kind of have a little more of a bird's eye view of the situation, and kind of just caught these going. You can just see like small eye-like orbs, and where there's like a reptilian iris like break in it. You know what I'm saying? Or pupil,
Where
excuse
in
me.
where in relation to the group that we've gathered?
This would be to the train's left, where I put the forest here.
Is that on the opposite or same side as where we are? I don't know if we really clarified that before, but
Yeah, not really.
so you're saying one
most of
side
y'all-
has lots of trees and the other side does not?
That is what I'm saying.
Where do you think it would have? I think it's better to put the campfire and all that on the non-tree side.
I probably would have gone the other direction with
Yeah. Get some cover
Are you-
from the trees.
See,
Are
that's
you making
right.
a campfire? Maybe I missed something before too.
Well, I thought we should stay on the train because protection and heat, body heat being trapped inside of a thing. But I understand if it's so cold that that's not enough, then we need a fire. So I don't know where we landed.
I never said it was so cold that you couldn't stay in the train. I just saying that it was cold because the train was not powered.
it. Well, there you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do what you will with that information. I assumed that at least train riders were still on the train, unless I've forgotten that you hauled them off the train and brought them to a different spot. If that's the case, that's okay too.
I know we were gathering them to get them in one place because we had that one passenger that didn't want to leave the first class area.
Right, you were moving them to the the steerage. So that's where I was thinking people were. But if that's not true, please tell me.
I don't remember if we had actually decided or not.
I do not remember. I think they're on the steerage, probably.
I think so too. I think we're in the steerage,
Cool.
and Tower just went out to take a look at things.
Look-see Lou.
Sounds
Okay,
like it.
well, nothing has made itself aggressive at the moment, so you kind of have free reign of how you would like to handle this moment. Of
Do we have a
talking
mind
this.
tape going?
I feel like Flint rolled a maximum roll during the fight, or right before that fight.
And how long has it been?
Like 1 hour.
I mean, a while to set things up, but if it was supposed to last 6 hours, you'd still have a mind linked up.
And with that mind link, Tower will let the people below him know that he sees eyes. Is there like a size of eyes that I'm getting? Are they real far apart?
Make an investigation.
I shall do such a
Or
thing
nature.
for you.
Or nature.
I don't think it's going to make too big of a difference. There's your investigation.
Just kind of trying to do some quick and dirty math on the distance between the two orbs. Could be pretty big potentially. It looks like it's more than a foot apart.
The eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Shall I make myself known?
And
That's a question in the mind link.
I don't see how that would help us at all.
Well, it
I
obviously
mean,
knows we're here.
Yeah.
And it knowing that we know might scare it off, perhaps. I could even try to appear a little bigger than I am.
You can also tell this moment that it does appear to be moving towards your direction, though not very quick.
And it is approaching.
I suppose.
Yeah. Sure. Do you need backup?
You'll see. And with that, Tower will unleash Fat Bottom Girl. Arms astrally project out of its mind and heart, soul. All that good stuff. With that comes certain benefits. Tower will hop down off the train, use a reaction to slow fall. It looks badass. That might make it easier to see, depending on how far away this thing is. But either way, I can project my voice out 600 feet, and I have advantage on charisma intimidation checks, with which I will try to appear intimidating and ask the question, "Who is it that approaches the train?" with my 600-foot loud-ass amplified voice across the plains echoing.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
if you
voice.
want to be intimidating, you can go ahead and roll a intimidation check with that at advantage.
Hooray!
Stuff.
We'll see.
Oh,
Ooh.
hilarious! I'll let you know that the entity that you're calling out to rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
Dun,
cool.
dun.
You actually see the two orbs the two eye orbs split even further apart
Oh.
and begin moving faster towards you,
Oh.
though inverted. Is that what I'm looking for? Like in a parallel direction, using you as like splitting the difference, but still kind of moving towards you, but just simultaneously toward and away from you.
Sure.
Wish I could just show it to you.
They're flanking me. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You also hear the sound of multiple as through the trees, these small humanoid creatures that seem to be like wrapped in some kind of cloth. I know you can see in the dark, so you can definitely tell that they have like hoods and wrappings of some kind, but their forms are obscured by clothes. Two seem to be holding long sticks that have these big, almost glass-like looking what's the word I'm looking for, containers on the end, like rounded, almost like a potion bottle, but fat, and it seems to be giving off some fluorescent liquid. It seems to be lighting their space as they kind of run through and run in the direction, as I said. 3 more behind them, kind of 2 follow, 1 to the left, and 1 follows 1 to the right. The ones that are not holding sticks have their arms in the air, waving like they just don't, like an inflatable arm man. That's the sight that you see.
Aranoa started moving outside when Tower said that they were approaching.
Well, you'd probably be coming to the same scene as you watch these creatures spill out from the woods.
Yeah, I think I would be moving out there too.
Yeah, I think it might be about that time.
Do any of you speak what they're speaking? Is what Tower asks as his friends approach from inside.
I would also like to shut the door to the car behind us as we leave. I don't know. What do I speak?
I speak Dwarvish, Elvish, and Gnomish.
Common and Draconic.
I appreciate you running down your languages. I'll just let you know that the sound was just inaudible nonsense. It was literally the noise I made.
Okay.
Terrifying
Do not-
onomatopoeia.
if it is a language, you do not recognize it as such.
We haven't rested since the last fight, correct?
You used hit dice. I know that. I can see Tower rolling hit dice like crazy over here. And 2 of you definitely did not take that short rest, as you had other tasks you wanted to try and mess with at the time. So it's a little funky in the air right now.
That's right.
But they are probably a good 15 feet to either side of you, Tower, at this point. But they seem to be in a crouched and wincing kind of pose, visibly scared.
You said humanoid. Can I tell any more about what these things are?
Because of their attire, I would say that it's pretty tough in this moment. I'll allow for like one more perception check.
Let us see. That should not have it.
26.
It should be a 21, I think.
21. Still really good. What you can see, what you notice on these creatures, the only part of their skin that seems to be visible in this moment is their feet. And what you can see is these like small, it almost looks like a human foot, but they have 4 incredibly long toes that seem to be able to like crawl out, if that makes any sense. That's it.
Are we able to see them now? Or are we out there?
Yeah, you can see this too, but I think Tower's the one that is the closest to be able to like get a good read on these creatures.
Okay.
But what I can say about those feet is they do not look gnomish. They do not look halfling. They do not look. It's another small creature that you'd be thinking of.
Oh, they are small.
Yeah, they are definitely small.
May I get close enough that I could do some kind of like a nature check on it?
I would say to Tower as well, in this dark vision kind of scenario, their skin looks very waxy too.
Okay. Interesting.
Am I?
And you said something about them carrying a person? Was that right?
Wrong. And that wasn't meant to be as mean as it just sounded. But, no, they're carrying sticks that are like twice their height, and at the end of these little like they almost look like a shepherd's crook, thank you, where it's kind of hooked and then the end kind of goes back up, and like hanging over the end of this crook is like this big bulbous, like almost like a potion bottle, except it's like basketball size. Yeah, volleyball maybe, right?
Like a gourd?
Almost like a gourd, but it's clearly transparent. It looks like blown glass, and there's like a fluorescent, no, what's the term, luminescent, bioluminescent liquid that's kind of inside of it that is making like a little lantern.
Oh, that's what we thought were eyes.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
But the glass itself, now that it's so close, you can see that it's not perfectly round. The end, one side of it, the side that they use to face, kind of curls in on itself so that it's cloven, and it gives off this weird eye-like look. Does that all make sense? It's so hard to explain some stuff sometimes when I can't be seen, and I really want to just like use my hands to show you something.
Matt, I don't hear you coming through.
Oh, darn it. Discord.
Yeah, he's talking.
All right, I'm back.
Yay.
Yes, you are.
Yep.
Does that fuck with any recording stuff?
I really hope not. We'll see. Yep.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, no, I guess. I don't remember. I tell them to be at ease. I don't fucking know.
Am I able to get close enough to do a nature check?
Sure.
Oh, did. Okay.
With your background in that nature role, I would say that you start to recognize these creatures as grungs, little frog folk.
Do I know if they're generally peaceful or?
In this world, they're like anybody else. Some are assholes, some are real nice.
Okay.
You will know this, I would say, too. 25. Their skin is highly toxic.
Oh, I see in the mind link. Don't touch them. Their skin's toxic, but they're not necessarily overly aggressive.
They look kind of aggressive right now.
I mean, it's not that they can't, but but just be careful of their skin.
Thank you for the warning. Oh, Matt, I can't hear you again. Hear him talking.
Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
What is with Discord tonight?
Do they not speak?
Do I know that?
They're capable of language.
Common?
Sometimes.
I believe they do.
But these ones didn't respond when Tower called out to them?
Well, he rolled a 20 on his intimidation and they rolled a natural 1, so, you know.
Well, no, he said, what, like, call
Identify
friends or?
yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I had asked them.
All I heard was be at ease, and then maybe it cut out or something.
No, I meant like at the very beginning of the interaction. It was an intimidation thing, but I was also asking them to identify themselves.
Oh, I understand that, but in my mind, they botched their thing completely and were incredibly stricken with fear.
Fair enough.
Over the person on the other side of the woods.
But yeah, at this point, then, yeah, are there any among you that can speak to us?
Yes.
Well, thank you.
You see, no, that was me. You see the one of the there's to your left. There's 3, right? And the one that's clutching the stick kind of puts up one hand, and now you can clearly see this like froggish hand that is completely like just the ends of his fingers are out, but it's all wrapped up.
Hold.
We are very held. We apologize for finding ourselves stranded in your lands. What nature of business brings you to investigate us?
We came to see. We heard the commotion.
That is fair. I did not mean to scare you unless you were a dangerous thing. We weren't entirely sure, but we had been attacked recently, and we were anticipating a further attack, and I apologize for causing any fear I might have caused.
You see the rest kind of start to stand and regain some posture.
My name is Dina.
I'm called Tower. Dina, we are stranded here in these lands, and we know not for how long. If there's any assistance we can offer you, and if there's any assistance you can offer us, we could use help.
You see them kind of confer among each other. It's a little hush-hush in terms of like where you guys are standing, where they are. You're free to try to listen if you want. You may not be able to understand it either, but it's all up to you. But
I
just
don't
a few
think that
little
wouldn't
fingers back and
listen.
forth, and Dinub goes to face you.
You come to Grubtown.
We do have, I believe there was a couple dozen aboard. I forget what our numbers are, but I let them know of our numbers, and I make sure that it's okay for all of us to come. We would not want to leave the passengers aboard alone.
Yes. You come to Grubtown.
Grungtown, excuse me. Keep saying grub.
Okay, I guess it's making me think of like Guy Fieri or something.
Flavortown? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
In that vein, can I make like an insight check to see if these people want to like? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much Aaron knows about these people in general, but like, do I trust their motives? Or do they seem like they want to cook us in a stew or something?
Sure, go ahead. Roll an insight check.
I clicked it.
What the devil?
Did it again, so there's gonna be 2 coming through anytime now. Because you're never sure if you just like misclicked and.
Yeah.
No, I definitely.
Yeah,
did.
really. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
And
yep.
that was the
Yeah.
first one was a critical.
Nice. Oh shit, is there secrets coming? Secrets.
Well, shouldn't there be?
Well, maybe.
While the talking is going on, I'd like to. Well, I don't want to get too close to be weird or scare them, but I'm curious about the liquid that's in the orbs.
Okay.
I don't know from my distance if I could do some kind of check on that.
I would also be very curious about that. Can Trell and I be like standing and kind of like speculating together, like what do you think that is? And maybe one of us make it with advantage.
Sure. And as you do get close, were you going to the right or to the left? There's 2. There's one to the left. There's one to the right. The one to the left is the one with the nub, and the other 2, and the right has 2 others.
I guess where there's 2.
Sure. As you get close, you can see the one that's holding this stick. They have sort of like yellowish hands, and as you get close, they kind of put one up towards you.
Not too close. Danger.
What is danger?
Me, danger.
Oh, yes. I know. Your skin, yes?
Right.
I was just
They kind of
curious about
give a nod.
the thing here, and I point to the orb.
What's inside of there?
Gub juice.
Am I familiar with Gub Juice?
Yeah.
Make a history check or straight intelligence, whatever feels better.
then
I'm not
History
here.
always
Oh,
makes
okay.
it better.
Not a nature from all my time spent in nature.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, yeah, I don't think so. I know
Okay.
why, and it feels like it should be, but I don't think so. And that name just does not ring a bell to me.
Damn.
But being that close, I will say you can tell it does look pretty viscous.
Hmm.
And like
Oh.
while even just standing there and like him trying to control just holding it straight, you can see it kind of slosh up along the sides and kind of stick for a minute and kind of go down.
Interesting.
Where does Gub Juice come from?
From the Gubs.
Is that a creature?
Gubs.
You hear the one next to him.
Gubs.
Is that a creature?
I have a feeling their response is going to be Gubs.
Oh. I thought maybe they didn't hear me the first time.
While my friends are being suspicious and scientific, as soon as Tower hears an invitation to a nearby town of Grung, yeah, it's all about it.
Oh yeah.
It wants to get the people aboard, off board. We should leave a note for whoever comes, and maybe a trail of some kind of where we're going.
I say in the mind link, what about the treasure that we're guarding? Or I don't know if it's treasure, but whatever it was.
That's a good point.
Good question.
Because I can't remember what it is. It very large? What's
There's
Yes.
just a lot of it.
There's a shitload.
yeah.
I described it as like
You're
a
talking about-
small dragon board or something like that, I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, you should go along. I'll stay back and mind linked, and I'll watch the train.
I'll go up to the one who's speaking to us in common and ask, how far is the town we're going to? What's it called again?
Wrong town.
Grung Town. How far is that? Like how high will the sun be when we get there? If we leave right now?
No sun.
Because it's just
It'd
about
still be
the
night?
evening right now, right?
Oh, I thought it was already. I thought we were in the
1,000.
middle of the night.
1,000 hops.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Well.
I don't like the idea of
I don't.
leaving people behind.
Mm-mm.
And I also don't.
Rough choice.
I also don't trust the other security people to be the only ones.
Matt, you're not coming through.
I wouldn't want to deny such a gracious invitation, though. I am very curious
No.
as to their town. We want to go. There's just something aboard the train we need to protect. Perhaps just the passengers should go with you?
Oh.
Oh,
I'm just imagining us just sending them to be slaughtered.
Like,
I don't.
Oh god.
bring us back a bowl of whatever you guys eat.
Right.
I don't like splitting, but if we were to split, I'd say half and half.
Yeah.
With our party, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
you know, come Grung Town, we bring Grung Town supply to you.
That'd be awfully kind to you.
Damn decent.
Yeah.
Some of you come to Grung Town.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think that's for the best.
So make him.
Perhaps we can ask the passengers who want to go.
Hmm.
That way, we're not shuttling them off to who knows what. You know, they're making their own choices.
And some of us will stay, and some of us will go.
I suppose.
Small.
Okay.
Small group.
Small? Oh.
Oh, small group goes to Grungtown?
You see them kind of nod.
Okay.
How many?
You notice they have. Oh, they have 5 fingers. Cool. They hold up 2, then add 1, then take 1 away, then add 1, take 1 away, then add 1.
So they're like going between 2 and 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Okay, if that being the case, then yes, I think it should be among us who go, right?
I guess so. You feel like you're very invested in this tower, so I'd be willing to stay back so you could go.
I am fine staying. I would be interested in going, sure, but I don't want to take the opportunity away from anybody else who would like to.
Well, I'm curious and I'd like to go.
Sheriff, where do you stand on the matter?
I look back to the people on the train. Said these people have been through a lot. I take a personal vestige in making sure they make it through the night.
I thought as much.
That being the case, I think the split seems amenable, and we'll head off, the two of us, Aranoa and I,
Yeah.
All right.
with the grung.
How far does the mine leak is it on
Same
this
plane.
plane or? Okay, great.
In plane, and just in case, I think I'll throw another one of my psychics out, just to see if we can keep this going all night.
This just adds on top of it?
I don't think it goes on top of it, but
Okay.
I don't remember how long we've been on this particular call. So
Quite a Oh, on the call. I see what you're saying.
So another 4 hours from here, I get you. We're resetting, and we got
Yeah.
our time now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Then you'll watch these 5 kind of reconvene into their little configuration so that the 2 orbs are kind of spaced as they were when you saw them on the tree line. And Dina will kind of turn back to the 2 of you that are going to come with.
Big and stay backpack.
Oh, do you have to be smaller?
No, big and stay backpack.
And he points at the lights.
Are they pointing at a
Their
person when they
lights?
say biggin?
What?
Are they pointing at a person when they say biggin?
The 2 that are going to be going with them, that's who
Uh-huh.
they're pointing at. And then when they say backpack, they're pointing at the little orbs that they have.
So
Maybe you
get
stay with them.
behind the lights. Okay, I go and stand behind where the lights are.
Mhm.
And they begin to walk through the woods towards the way they came.
I suppose we'll follow.
Mhm. Power will be looking to make a trail as they're going through, not like conspicuously breaking branches and stuff like that, not being super careful, maybe moving rocks into certain places that might make it more easy to find the way back.
Okay, sure.
Before they really head off and we get into that, I'm going to suggest to the sheriff, what do you think? One of us should stay outside to keep watch while another stays inside with the people?
Sounds fair enough. If you want to swap at some point, I'm amenable.
All right. Which do you
I
want
pull out
first?
I pull out the shield. Like, I'll take first watch if you like.
All right.
So Flint inside, Shaw inside, Flint outside. Is that what you're saying? Just for the sake of the folk that are walking the grung, start going into this wood, and you can tell on this journey that there are things out in the woods proper. They seem to be giving this little party a wide berth, whatever noises are happening.
Can I look at the tools of the people who were with us? And first of all, how many of them are there?
There's
Grung?
5 total.
Okay. And what do they have anything other than like the lights? Like what kinds of weapons and what kinds of tools do they have?
You can see at least 1 or 2 of them have some sort of like, it's not a bag of holding, but that kind of satchel style.
Mm-hmm.
Little belt, a few things. It seems to be a knife on a few of them, but nothing like.
No, like manacles or.
No.
Okay.
I mean, people, especially in this world, as it is flavored the way it is, people carry knives on them. Even normal people that aren't adventurers,
Mhm.
right? They got stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But they are like fully. I hate to say Jawa, but almost.
Do you hate to say that?
Well, you know.
Yeah, very cool.
And they're just kind of making their way forward. That journey will take some time, so I wouldn't mind cutting to our friends at the train.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Just as we're walking through, I do thank them for their generosity and make pleasant conversation about life and philosophy in general. That's all.
I will definitely be asking about what kinds of scientific progress they've made.
Just
other
based on their overall vibe, you can tell that it's not much.
Sure. Cool.
I don't
Yeah.
know how else to answer that other than to say
Yeah,
like,
no, I got that impression, but they might have something unique.
Right. Some alchemical, like this plant.
Sure, yeah, like a resource
They
that we
don't
don't-
know what they've done. Yeah.
Certainly the grub
grung juice or grub
the
grub
grub
juice.
grub. Yeah, the grub grub
I'll
juice
be looking for
is
grub
pretty
grub
unique.
juice.
Exactly. Yep. That's that. Yep. Grub.
Yep.
My folks on the train, I would say just make perception checks for me while you're out.
All right, coming up.
We're doing both our watches. Or?
Yeah, both of you. You're both looking at different things.
I assume you pass on the shield when we exchange.
Well,
Good shield.
That's really interesting.
Good job keeping an eye on everything.
Good shield.
Man, I wish that these books provided a different type of categorizing at a glance. But it doesn't. That would help. But I would say that that seems to be, at least for now, the most interesting thing that's happening. It seems to be quiet. There's some woodland life that clearly is here.
Yeah, I don't
Nocturnal-
want
nocturnal
interesting to
creatures.
happen right now.
Yeah, I know.
No news,
Yeah,
good
right.
news at this point.
I'm just
Give
telling
me
you.
a boring watch.
This scenery is alive nocturnal creatures, but nothing dangerous comes
Great.
into view while you're out here looking around. With a 20 perception, Flint, I'll say that on your rounds inside the train, you're passing through some of the items or like possessions in the steerage. Oh shit! My whole screen just turned off. Why? Okay, we're good.
Okay.
That was weird. That was really weird.
It was just a little bit of suspense to add to the game for a second.
I guess it just went. My screen just turned black, like it went to sleep, but it shouldn't be going to sleep. So that was weird. There's some possessions that are just kind of like about because people have died or brought their stuff here. What catches your eye is that a flap on, you guessed it, a satchel is kind of moving. If that makes sense. Like it's like something is bumping it just ever so briefly up. Like there must be something inside this satchel.
Well, I'm a sucker. Let's take a look.
Meaning that you're going to go mess with the satchel, like open it.
Well, let me double check and make sure that I have.
Like,
What's wrong?
no, just the way you were so
The way you
coy.
said it,
It was
like,
very,
open it.
yeah, it was very
You can
like,
hear the eyebrow raise in
Uh-huh.
Okay.
like it was the lady, you being the lady in this case, like just lifted her skirt a little bit, right? And like asked, like,
Like,
what? Yeah,
open it.
open it. It's the tone you said it with. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop a divine sense real quick. Within 30 feet of me, do I sense the presence of fiends, undead?
You have
Fiends,
learned.
undead, celestial, right?
Yeah.
I believe Celestial's on there too.
No, you do not.
I open the bag.
As you do, you see bottom half of a tiny humanoid, pants with shoes, waist deep into the satchel, fidgeting with something inside.
What?
They are unaware of you.
Well, this is mildly concerning.
And I'm giving you like literally 6 seconds to handle any situation you want here before they do realize you're there.
All right.
Just gotten the
real-
jump on.
Okay, whose satchel was this, or was it just a random satchel?
It's just a satchel. I mean, you don't know. It's anyone's satchel on this train. Like it could be someone that died. It could be one of the passengers. It's definitely not any of your party members' satchels.
You can neither confirm nor deny that it is a satchel that belongs to a random person.
Sure. Yes.
All right. I am going to make a
The
quick.
way I describe these clothes, the way I would describe them, if you're trying to visualize it, it's almost Peter Pan-esque. By the way.
Yeah, I was going to say this is.
But
Okay,
only pants and shoes.
Well, that's all you can see because the other half.
Oh,
of
okay.
The individual is in the satchel.
Yeah.
Can that be
Like,
heard
the
right now?
satchel. The satchel.
Yes.
Oh.
When you say pants, you mean that they have pants rather than the pants have been drawn down.
Yes. Correct. They are fully clothed. It would seem, but they are from the waist up, bent inside the satchel. Like their legs are practically like kicking at the top of the satchel. Does that make sense? Because they're so small compared to the satchel. They are rummaging.
And they're
within
like
it.
upside down, feet in the
Yes.
air.
Yeah, and their feet were fluttering against the top of the satchel. You caught it with your 20 perception.
Right. I got you.
Yes, and instead of hearing Matt say, "Can I be heard right now?" I thought half a second that he said, "Can I be hard right now?" And it's like, yes. If Peter Pan gets you wild, go for it. I guess I can't stop you. We're miles apart. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
I understand
Matt,
you got
if you're
a pro, but
talking-
you that apparently cannot be hard currently.
No.
I was super funny for like the
There you
past 2 minutes saying
Aw.
so many
That
things,
is unfortunate.
Aw.
we're forced to believe it.
and I was like so upset that people weren't laughing at my bits. I was doing so many bits and like
Aw.
playing off of your things.
Damn.
Aw.
I definitely was picturing the entire time a little person with their pants around their ankles searching for something in a satchel. That's
Yeah,
what I
It
heard.
came to my mind too, because that's what I heard was pants.
Yep.
Oh,
it's
pants.
I knew,
Weird.
I knew
yeah.
what he meant.
Okay.
I
That
knew what he
Yeah.
was
meant.
like
That's funny.
enhanced.
I
get it.
assumed what you
I
meant, and
understand.
I adjusted the picture, but the funny one came to mind first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely Vern Foyer doing a mini me sketch right now.
Yes. It's
certainly
brother.
it certainly is the Matt Mercer effect where you're like, how do I say something? How do I Tolkienize this, if you will? And like,
Sure.
I don't know. And then it just ends up players will always make it anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
fair enough. I get it. It was deserved, but when you're searching for a colorful language, sometimes it almost always turns sexual. And I don't know
Well,
about that.
That's why I
There's
really
always the
don't have me
possibility.
into
Try
it.
hard enough.
That's why I really just like go dive head first and like
Yeah.
that way I can use whatever words I
Yeah,
want.
you do.
And it's gonna come across how it comes across, whatever.
Anyways, so
Yeah.
now that we're clarified, yes, you see there is now a tiny person of some kind rummaging through the satchel plant. And this is the split seconds of you lifting up the satchel and seeing it. You probably have just enough time to do something. They will be aware of you, as it's pretty hard to not notice you in this situation.
Yeah, I'm just going to immediately attempt to lay down the law here. It's like, excuse me, you happen to be the owner of this particular satchel?
You will see they're going to get out of the satchel. Essentially, there's a large, compared to it, gold coin in its hand, and it's going to kind of look at you during the headlights. It has elvenish features. Seems to be like short pixied hair under some kind of little like beanie hat, silvery blonde, and it is about to try and dart away from you.
I'm going to attempt to grapple the hell out of it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Also, does it
against-
seem like a standard gold coin, or does it look like one of those gold coins?
It looks like a normal coin.
Okay.
In fact, just for the sheer image, you can see the printed, what the fuck is that called? The mint of the kingdom there, the Olendale mint.
Okay, a regular gold coin ain't that bad. Sorry, I was making a grapple check then?
Yes.
Yoink.
You catch him by the pants. The pants slide to his ankles. He trips and falls on his face.
Yes.
And the prophecy is fulfilled.
Yay!
You are now in possession of a small creature by the pants, little butt cheeks flapping in the wind.
Oh, this is awkward.
And you can just hear him, ooh, 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 ooh. He's dropped
He's
the
having
coin.
one.
He's dropped the coin, but he is trying to punch in your direction.
Easy there. I don't mean to hurt you at all. I'm just trying to get a sense of what's going on here. For Duat's sake, pull your pants up.
In my mind, you're literally holding him by the pants, so he'd be able to. But
Pull your pants up. I won't
His
let
feet
him
are-
go.
his
I'll
feet are
read
caught in the legs of the pants, and he is dangling by that, like a fish on a line.
It's like, I'll let you recover your dignity if you promise not to run away real quick. All right?
What comes back at you is a garbled mess of language.
I trust it isn't celestial.
It is not.
You want to try that once more in common for me?
You get some of that language back again. Make a quick history check for me.
Coming up.
Spend some time.
Ow.
It does sound familiar to you, just having with everything that's been going on in the past days, weeks. It's hard to figure out why it would feel familiar.
All right. I'm going to reach into my own coin pouch and pull out a gold piece. Look, I'll just give you a gold if you just calm down. All right?
Make a persuasion check. Oh, easy. You see them cross their arms, and now they're swinging by their pants, like a grumpy Tinkerbell kind of thing. That makes sense.
Like, you wouldn't happen to come on board by the same means as our previous guests, would you? And also, I'm going to let people on the link know I've got a small fairy-looking creature on hand right now.
That is quite interesting. These Grung's views on egalitarian royalism is very, very fascinating. Good luck.
You need a hand, Sheriff.
Anyway, I
Sure.
wait for my response from it. So I'm just letting people know I'm waiting for the response from the creature.
You get a garbled mess of language to your ear, at least. It is a little songy, for what it's worth.
All right, I don't happen to have any abilities that let me translate, so I'm going to check. I'm going to briefly check the contents of the satchel that had been raided, just to confirm it's a normal satchel with normal contents.
Okay. They're easy enough to keep in one hand while you sift through with another. There seems to be, there is some coinage, some kind of like pair of glasses. Just looks like someone's bag, like a go bag for what all that's worth. Standard
All right.
traveling stuff is inside there. Some toiletry stuff. And
All right. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to take the little guy and I'm going to let him know that whenever you feel like you're being a little more talkative, I'll let you back out. And I'm going to put the creature into the bag and try to close it properly. I'm also going to take a bit of ration and put it in there with him.
okay. The first thing you feel is a few of little tiny fists hitting the side of thick leather, and then you hear crunching.
Like crunching on the ration.
Mm-hmm.
Or crunching on
Assumedly.
his finger.
Or whatever's in there. Really, you can open
Right.
it back up and find out. You do hear the sound of something being imbibed. That's for drinking. Something being munched.
All right, I let the mental link know. I was like, I've got a tiny thief inside of a bag right now. I'm gonna leave a note on it real quick.
Very top thing to do.
Are you gonna leave the bag, or are you gonna keep the bag on your person?
I will keep the bag. I will keep the bag on me at this point. I will put the bag back if and when we get information out of this creature.
Should we not try
I'm just
and
gonna
find
keep
out
an
who
eye
the
on it.
bag belongs to?
Yeah, I should probably go ask specifically who this belongs to, just to get the situation tight.
Okay. While you run down the train, how are we all feeling about time? By the way.
We could call it here. I'm fine with that, but also it's a Thanksgiving, so I could go later myself. I don't know where everybody else is feeling, but also we could play Pokemon if that's a thing.
I know
Ooh.
that Carmen needs to bake pies at some point, but at any rate, I'll at least just say that the other group, after a 20-minute walk through these woods, kind of following the path of these grunts, you do eventually see more of those orbs kind of patterned out. As you get closer, you come to this fenced fashion area with a gate. You can hear the nub call out in whatever language they speak, presumably grunt, and two large for them, but just barely medium-sized doors kind of crank open up the front of this gate area.
Oh.
Wrong town.
Thank you. Tara will
Thank you.
continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Duck and enter in.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a small village, if you will. It seems there's around the trees in this area. The ground seems very wet here. You can see a lot of collectors that fashioned out of large leaf and some kind of fibered twine as meant to collect rain that comes from the treetops above it. You see little pockets of grung dispersed, doing daily chores and life, getting the place bedded down. It seems like people are, winding the town down. You see kind of a grung and two baby grung hand in hand, moving to a little dwelling, which you would notice there are little stairways up to these trees with little dwellings that have kind of been suspended up around them, kind of built into this area. Again,
You said
all
this
those-
was 20 minutes from where we crashed? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which you now realize equals out to about 1,000 hops.
Yeah. About 50 hops a minute. Grungtown looks good, Tower says.
It's
What need?
Some food would do good. Again, we don't know how long we will be out there. Possibly a small amount of burnable fuel. I don't know. Is there anything in specific?
We could use some way to contact someone.
Sure, yes. If you have a way of contacting somebody very far away that might be able to come move a train. And of course, we are willing to offer anything we might be able to offer that might help the grung in exchange. Do you use gold?
No gold.
Do you
No.
trade with tools and materials?
Trade?
Mm-hmm. I'll pull out some. Let me see. I'll pull out a hyena hide. With something like this?
You see one kind of go towards it and smell it.
I definitely
Maybe.
tanned it.
What did it say? I'm sorry.
Trade.
And you see them kind of motion you to follow them.
I'll follow them.
Yeah.
They walk you to this little building, and it seems like whatever's going on here, it looks different bits and bobs kind of hung around, and seems like stuff they've collected out in this forest. There is a grung kind of in bluish color, black striping along its arms and face. A little bit bigger than these Grong, kind of behind what is this makeshift, almost like a tiki hut for what it's worth, the way it's built. This whole place has sort of like a cheeseburger in paradise little vibe, if you will. But, but you see Denub kind of exchanging language with this character, and then turns back to you.
Buo.
Points at him, the Grung behind this area.
Trade. Buo.
Hello, Bula.
They kind of nod. They seem to understand common. They might not be able to speak it.
We have lots for trade, for things to help our train. And I'll hold up the hyena hide that I was holding earlier. See if
As you're trying to show him this hyena hide, you hear the gates open again.
Mm.
If you turn and look, you see that there's another 4 Grung coming in, as well as a cart. This cart being pulled by a giant frog and making its way right to you. It seems to be chock full of bits and bobs, but they kind of go around the side to like a little small fenced area that has like a bunch of stuff waiting to be processed. They start unloading things into Buo's area. Buo's going to like give them a nod as you're trying to show him this hyena pelt, and then look at it and put it down and turn around to gesture the inside of his stand. You can see that there are a few of those lanterns that they're using. They seem to be some sort of bottles of some kind, like potion-sized bottles.
Gub Gub juice?
Gub, 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 gub. Grabs 2 of those lantern-y things that you're talking about. Like here, it's just the glass orb with like the rope to hang it, so it could be held that way too.
Okay.
And can kind of set it down on the counter. 2 of those.
Uh-huh.
Make a perception. This is auditory while you're feeling Buo.
Okay.
B apostrophe uppercase O O H.
Oh.
You just hear the sound of scraping metal to your side. Is that up Buo?
Can I get a? Do I get a check?
Yeah, you can too. You can try to.
Sure.
I feel like you care.
I do care. I'm very curious as to everything.
Oh my goodness! Erina is just so focused on the Gub Gub that she cannot pay attention to anything else.
27 perception.
See their souls.
Anyways, it seems like Buo's offering you 2 of those orbs for that hyena pelt.
Yes, please, let's trade, and I'll Oh, I can't affix one of these to Steel Defender. I'm so sad.
Soon.
And
yeah.
He'll slide. Don't worry, Tower. I've got something to you. But he's pushing that over to you while you're giving him that pelt.
Got what coming to me? Oh yeah.
Your results.
Oh yeah. My bad. Oh.
It's hard to talk anti.
Yeah. Fair enough. I kind of nudge Aranoa. You should. There's just the Grung have found Steel Defender, and he points over to where the Grung are dragging the mangled remains of Steel Defender behind them.
I run.
They're in the pen. They're dragging it into the building proper.
And while Aranoa runs, Tower says, "I do not." Approaches Buo. Says,
Okay.
I do not tend to carry much with me like that, but I do have a few of these. And he pulls out 2 healers kits that are maybe, I don't know if they have stuff like this here. This seems like a more low tech environment, and having a couple of nice, more advanced technology healers kits might be useful for folks like this. Anything that might help perhaps feed or protect the people back at the train.
You see him turn around. Can you hear those little sounds?
I heard like a creak, I thought.
Yeah, kind of. It sounded more bullfroggy to me, but he's going to turn around and he'll grab like 4 potions, one bigger than the other, and put them on the table.
Okay. And is he offering one or like all 4 of these?
You see that he's put 3 in one. together and one by itself.
Hmm.
Aranoa, if you're rushing over into that zone, before you
Yeah.
get there, 2 of the grungs are going to pull spears to stop you.
I'll stop and put my hands up and say that's my defender. You found I made that.
My baby.
My baby. It fell off of our
Uh,
train when we were being attacked. He was
There's a
trying
red
to
and a
help
green
protect us.
one. The red one, looking at you, just goes
Trade, trade.
and kind
Fine.
of starts trying to like corral you back out of the area that they're in, back out into the village proper.
Aranoa starts emptying her pockets.
The bottles in front of you. Yeah. What did you ask me something about those?
I did not ask you something about those, but
Okay.
tower. Yeah. Is there anything I can know about those? Can I do? I don't know, a knowledge base.
You can tell right away. It seems to be 3 regular potions
Hmm.
in the one, and there's a greater healing potion on the other side.
Tower will ask for the greater healing potion.
Yeah. He'll accept the
And-
trade. They're not smart creatures, guys.
That's fine. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Wow. Yeah. There's things coming out of Aranoa's pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I
Um,
assume she's like wildly pointing, like for that.
is that enough?
Good question. Make a persuasion check, please.
Okay. I'm gonna add my flash of genius, which adds my intelligence modifier, which is 4. I'm also gonna add my knowledge from a past life. 13.
I'll let you know that Buo rolled an 8.
Woo.
Ooh, yes.
But he's going to walk over to Steel Defender and kind of kick it, look it over, and try to pry a part off and see what's going on there.
That took me a long time to do. Stop.
Great. And kind of start trying to drag it to the counter.
Look
The
at
other
these
3 are
tail
gonna help.
spikes. They were from a giant scorpion wolf thing that was attacking us, and oh my goodness, you should
gonna-
have seen what this came off of. If only you knew. Think of the things you could use to make this, or you could use this to make.
Finally, he gets
is
it on
dragging
top
to
of
the counter.
Finally, he gets it on top of the counter and just sweeps all the stuff you put up there behind it off the table. There seems to be some sort of catch sack behind.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
The nub had left you in this interaction. Maybe you
Mhm.
didn't realize, but he's now back. The giant frog, which has satchels on it and a little saddle. When I say satchels, I mean like big, not just tiny satchels, but it has like let's say baskets instead. It makes more sense.
Sure.
Food.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
The giant frog itself, or is that just the transport?
Oh,
Points back at the baskets.
food.
Yes, I thought so. Shall we head back? And thank you so much for your. Is there anything we can offer to do to help around here while we're in the area?
Grab.
Sure.
Let's grub.
He'll motion you to another small building, just a stone's throw from here where you're standing now, and kind of push a flap open to get inside. You can see it's like fairly well lit, and you can see that there seems to be some sort of like almost painted by finger, like a wall, like a small wall hanging towards the back that he's kind of motioning to come
Oops.
closer to.
Sorry.
And yeah, do
Grab,
go for
grab.
He's pointing at it. If you go to look at it,
it. Yeah, yes, I definitely approach closer.
you will see the imagery as I just on a cursory glance without any other way to look into it. It seems to be like blue in coloration, like some sort of like they almost used that same bioluminescent goop to paint this,
Mhm.
though it has lost its luster, and it does have some sort of insectoid shape to it.
Tower.
At least in this imagery, because you can see that they have made little grungs with spears. It does appear to be larger than they are.
As Tower approaches, it doesn't get too close, but as it gets close enough, it gets down on its hands and knees and assumes like the same kind of grovelly position that the grungs were assuming to Tower earlier. Just briefly, assuming that this is a religious icon. and showing respect.
Yeah, sorry, I missed something. Was this a statue or is this a creature?
It is a picture of a creature on a wall hanging in
Okay.
the building.
And
Almost like a cave drawing.
and other people bowed in front of it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, just Tower.
Okay.
And it was
I'll go
It'll
and like
stand back
and
up.
bow my head a little. Or, that's enough.
Yeah, you see that Denub has like a little, almost like a little walking stick thing, not like the other crook things, just smaller, and he's using it to like, he puts it under your armpit, Tower, and like tries to like lift you up by it.
we don't do that here.
Grab. Hail, grab. Grab,
Oh.
juice.
Oh, these are grub grubs.
Nub nubs?
And grub
Oh.
grubs are where you get gub gub juice?
Nub grub.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes. Show me where. I am good at killing.
We both
He's
are.
gonna-
If
he's
I
going
get a
to
little
stand-
bit of time to fix up my steel defender, then he can be helpful at killing too.
He's gonna walk out the little hut and turn slightly to the right and just point.
500 hop.
Okay.
Can we, and this is fine if you say no, but I think we can find our way back here tomorrow morning and then head out in the morning to kill Grub, get the Gug juice. Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. We will be grateful and pleased to see you tomorrow morning. No.
Please.
You see him climb up onto the toad or the frog, giant frog creature.
Right.
It's too small for you.
Yeah. Oh, right. See you now. Well, you lead the way.
And he begins to go. I think we could stop here for you guys.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. Hope this was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is wildly fun. Far less stressful than the last couple sessions.
Yeah.
It's more mystical and playful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the session. I guess I should stop record. Oh, there? Oh, right, we can't.
I don't think this works anymore, right?
I'm pretty sure it does not work. It's sad. We'll be there in the episode, though. It's right now, probably. Assuming I stop the recording soon. If we keep talking, then it won't be. It'll be later. It's probably not there. It's fine. Okay, turning off recordings. Pretty sure that's not where it's gonna end up.